scenes of the buy-click system, and woo, we are singing. We have crossed 1,000 front-end sales. We've crossed 1,900 combined sales. Hence the reason why we have an EPC of $5.75 and an average order value of $49.48, because a high percentage of people are taking an upsell. And I'm going to show you those stats shortly. It's very important that you keep hold of those stats. Now, we've crossed over $78,000 in revenue. We have sent $37,000 in commissions out to affiliates. And really, we don't need to make a song and a dance about this launch, because the stats speak for themselves, and the affiliates will stay on the launch so long as they're making money, so forth and so on. Now, we have some new affiliates that have joined us today and joined us on Sunday, and are joining us today on Monday and Tuesday as we close out the launch. So that's definitely going to give us a little bit of a boost. It'll be interesting to see how that transforms to sales, so forth and so on. All right, let's head over to the stats, because I can't tell you enough about tracking. This is super, super important. In fact, I would go as far as saying is that if you're in launch and you're not tracking your stats, not understanding your traffic, not keeping an eye on your affiliates, not, seriously, you want to make sure that you're ticking all the boxes, everything is still going as it should, so forth and so on. I've also been doing some more A/B testing. And yeah, I've got some results obviously to show you here. So we're converting at 4% on the front end, which is not great, but yes, having a look at some of the affiliates who have really low conversion rates but have sent us a lot of sales, their email marketing is probably a little bit blind, and therefore people are still clicking. They're going straight to our sales letter because they haven't put a bridge page there, which is a bit of a no-no really. And hence then we are getting all these hits. We also have deal of the day for the weekend. So no doubt we have a bit of, we have some lower conversions coming through there as well. But overall, Warrior has actually been converting not too bad. And so 4% there. I'll be keeping an eye on how it goes today with Monday. Hopefully with all the affiliates back at their desks, they'll be able to take the time to put in some bridge pages and things like that, or maybe relook at their emails that they've got going out. Okay, so the bump is still converting at essentially 30%. No big deal here. It is pretty on par. It stayed steady for the duration of the launch. It is converting really well, which is great. OTO1 has continued to stay firm, and nearly 36% conversion rate on OTO1 is incredible. Now, what we've seen today, the same as yesterday, is that there's been a massive uptake on the unlimited, which is the 197. Originally on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it was pretty much 20, 20, 20. They were even. But now we're seeing that the 197 uptake with the unlimited traffic is really taking off. So here we have an 8% conversion rate on OTO2, and this is where I did a little bit of A/B testing, because I wanted to see whether or not we could get a little bit of an uplift here. And I've had a slight uplift. I mean, I don't know whether or not you can even class that as an uplift really, because we've had 8% before. We've had 9% when it was a little bit more blind. But what I've done is that with the copy, I've made it that it actually says pay per click ads change the game for affiliate marketers. So yeah, I've made it a little bit obvious as to what it is. I've put here pay per click PPC ads networks, whereas before it was definitely a little bit more blind. It said pay per click, but it wasn't as crystal clear. Here I've also changed it a little bit. I've put Spark Sales, Play to Win, Next Level here. And yes, I've also added in network ads into the copy here as well. So yeah, I mean, so I wouldn't say it hasn't actually given it a significant increase, but it's not decreased either. So happy days, it stayed as it is and just is what it is. There might be a bit of buyer fatigue by then because we do have such a big uptake here. This has pretty much stayed the same too, which is a 197 price point with monthly mentoring sessions, and Frank Andres also builds you a traffic machine, which is super, super cool. So yeah, that's pretty much stayed the same, right? At pretty much holding tight between 5 and 6%. So that's good to see that it hasn't dipped back down there. So yes, so everything is looking great. We will cross over 2,000 total units. We're looking on track by the end of the launch to do at least 1,500. I'm thinking there's going to be quite heavy scarcity on the last day. We will have a timer that we'll put on the sales letter. You'll be able to see the result of that. We don't have a timer on the sales letter at all at the moment, but the timer will go on the last day, and that will have a significant impact. It is real scarcity because there are elements in the offer that are actually going to be removed. Parts of OTOs and some full OTOs will be removed and replaced with something else because they're incredibly valuable. But the front end will essentially stay the same. And we're just looking at, it looks like the price will stay the same. We won't be doubling it. We'll just be removing parts of the actual launch product itself, the buyer click system. Okay, now the average order value, because of course we've got such a high uptake here of the 197 that really pushes up the average order value. It's gone to $52.82, which is nuts. All right, that's a wrap. I look forward to taking you through day 6 of the behind the scenes buyer click system. See ya.